Feeling lost in the maze of CPS? Desperate to get your child back? You're not alone. Countless parents face the heart-wrenching reality of family separation. The legal system can be overwhelming, but there's hope.
Now, here's the key. Okay, that's how you win a 6-month hearing.
Thank you.
If you do all of those things, you're going to blow your social worker's mind, you're going to blow your attorney's mind, and you're going to blow away the judge.
With attorney Vincent W. Davis, a dedicated legal expert with 39 years of experience, committed to helping families like yours. Join his weekly live Q&A on Zoom, where you can ask your burning questions about CPS cases. Get the knowledge and strategies you need to fight for your child's return.
Alrighty, good evening everyone. This is a question and answer session for school, SKOOL, and this is the CPS school.
Are you ready to take control of your family's future? Join our school community for free to access weekly live Q&A sessions, or participate as a one-time guest. Don't let fear hold you back. Take the first step towards reuniting your family. Join us now.
Hi, Tessa.
Hey, Bob.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm having trouble with my computer again.
That's all right.
Better. I got us on, but I'm down at 25%, and I should be at 100%. And I'm trying to adjust my computer, but every time I do that, it jumps around. Let me keep trying to get it up there. I'm trying to get it. I don't know how to get it to be any better. All right. Well, I wanted to say welcome to everybody. I'm glad you've joined me. I want to give a warm welcome. I know it's 2 days before Christmas. It's the night before Christmas Eve, and God bless all you people and all you people that don't have your families together for Christmas. I know how hard it must be. I'm in the same boat myself. This Christmas isn't really that special. But I'm going to be with you on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day morning and Christmas Eve morning. So I'm on 7 days a week, twice a day, 14 shows. I'm on at 10 o'clock in the morning and again at 7 o'clock at night. Those are both West Coast times, Pacific Standard Time. I'm in California. I'm broadcasting from Surf City, USA, 3 blocks from the beach. And it is a hard thing that everybody's going through. You have found my room, Fight CPS and Stop Taking Children. And that's what they seem to be doing lately. It's all about taking children and not doing family reunification or trying to help out families in need. And you just heard the blurb from Mr. Davis, who is my attorney, who was talking about his podcast on Saturday. So he is a juvenile family defense attorney with over 39 years of experience, 39 years. He's a pit bull attorney. He also can fight CPS in a civil lawsuit. That's after your case is closed. He can do that, whether it's in federal or state court, and he's won millions of dollars. So he has that background. And that's something, since I'm talking about an attorney that you all want to find, is an attorney that can fight for you. I know most of you are saddened because you have to use the court-appointed attorney, or the public defender. That attorney that you're using, or the public defender, I'm sad to tell you, is only trained in criminal law, will not fight for your case. They have a caseload of 30 or more clients, and they don't have time to come to your home or you go to their office to discuss your case. They only see at the time of the hearing. So it's really important when you first onset get involved with CPS, you try to have what's called a settlement conference well before it goes to trial, well before there, because you want to work it out. And one of the things you work out, if it's necessary for them to take your children, then put them with a family friend. Put them with a family friend. And that really will help there. But before I go much further, and I want to welcome my listeners in here, the problem is you guys are at 25%, and I can't read. Maybe if I put you up here, I can read it then. Here we go. Lou Cipher. Hi, welcome back. I'm glad to see you, Lou. He is from Pennsylvania. I think he told me he was. And Amanda Shannon from Missouri. Welcome. They're a part of my family. And so this is Amanda from St. Louis, Missouri. And then I got Jerva Wild. How can I get on? Well, there's a way you can get on by contacting my producer. Her name is Grace. She works behind the scenes. And all you have to do is email her at vincentwdavis.com, and she will get you on here. Let me go ahead and put up the note about that. I'll see if I can find it here. To be a guest on the show, all you have to do is go to Grace at vincentwdavis.com, and she'll give you the link. I'm pretty sure that's what Tess did. Is that what you did, Tess? Yep. So Tess wrote an email. She's been on one of my podcasts before, and she wanted to be on the show and talk about her case. So that's how you do it there. Luckily, I have spatial orientation. I know where everything's at. I'm working at such a small font, you not believe it. So hopefully I help you. Juvie, well, I need to know where you're from. It's really important that you tell me. You will get help here. I do help you. I do treat you like a family. You will get help here. This is how you're supposed to text in messages, such as comment or questions about CPS. Show your first name, your city or county or state, and if you're from another country. You see, I have people worldwide that listens to this. I have Bangladesh and India, and then I have the Middle East, about 4 countries there. I have Africa, about 8 countries there. I have Europe, that's about 15 countries, and then across the pond to North America, and I have 2 there. Then South America, actually I have 3 in North America. Then South America, I have several there, and then across the Pacific Ocean to New Zealand and Australia. So it's well grouped of people there. So also please be complete with your case. Now, Tessa, tell me where you're from. I forgot. Let me see.
Shasta County, California.
Shasta County. You're in Northern California, and you had a seizure, correct? And
Yes.
your husband tried to.
He was assisting me by helping me move because I was sitting next to our son and I couldn't control my body at that time. So he helped me to move, and the neighbor, not knowing what was going on, was looking through our window. Mind you, I did not have my shirt on, and called the cops and said my husband was beating me.
I'm so sorry that, because you see, this is the weird reaction that CPS. I don't think they're properly trained.
I don't think they're trained up here at all.
Yeah, most of them do not have a high school or a college education, let alone a license. And none of them are mentoring other social workers that have years of experience. So my social worker was put right into the thick of things with no high school diploma, no college education, no license, and no experience. And she's trying to handle my case. And it was really ridiculous because all she thought about was how to make money off us. And how she does that is they give up bonuses and incentives so she can buy her Gucci purses, her eyelashes, her accessories, her clothing, her BMW car. It's really terrible what they do for money. I mean, there's so much incentives that the Child Protection Agency gets. So much there.
It's sad. It's wrong how much protection they get.
I agree. Now, there are people that will talk in this room, and I'll have to put them up every so often to see what they're doing. And thank you, Lewis, for 100% agree there on that. So that is great. Now, I have my phone number up in case you want to call me. It's 626-698-0990. And that's the number to reach me. I'm available during the hours of the show. If you call me before or after, I can't answer the call. So that's there. Now I'm on 14 days a week, twice a day. I'm on Monday through Sunday. So I'm here for you. I'm here to help you and everything. So anyway, what would you like to talk about, Tessa? How can I help you?
Well, right now we're at the point in between trial and removal of the child. So they removed our child December 12th. And we have a trial or jurisdictional, whatever you want to call it, January 2nd. So right now, the reason I keep asking you about witnesses and subpoenas is because that's what we're doing right now, is all of that pre-trial, getting all the witnesses together, getting paperwork together, getting pictures together, getting anything that I can come up with to show that this is just a huge either misunderstanding or direct attack from the county, one or the other. The county CFS here doesn't like me because I don't like to play their games. They've taken my children in the past, and I've reunited with them twice. And this last time I did everything they wanted, and they said, nope, sorry, it's not enough. And took 3 of my children. And our son that we've had, our cases were closed. He was born in May. We had him up until December 12th when all this happened, and there was no reason for them just to take him in the way that they did.
Now, have you tried a settlement conference at all?
I'm supposed to talk to my attorney, I believe, this Thursday. But with the holiday and everything, I haven't been able to talk to her this week.
Okay.
We went over the evidence stuff last week, and there was so much going on, I completely forgot to even mention a settlement conference.
Okay. The reason why I bring that up is there are some places like Michigan that want to sit down with the parents and discuss a compromise so they don't have to go to trial. It's also the talk about how to place your children with family or friends or relatives.
Yeah, we've never had one of those.
Well, you have to ask for it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
CPS is very corrupt. They lie. They're not transparent. They're not your friend. They're not your help. They want to continue making this $1 trillion business. And it was worsened by President Bill Clinton. I don't mean to speak badly of him, but right now he's in the hospital overnight with a high fever, some type of a problem in his a urology problem. Anyway, he signed into law the Family Act for CPS. So what it was incentive to have the CPS place children quicker into foster care because they didn't want to wait for the family reunification because that takes time. So they give like a $4,000 bonus And if there's special needs, they don't double it, but they give $2,000 more. So it's $7,000 per child they can get. So it's all about money. It's all about money.
It's wrong because people like me and my husband who are low income but really good parents get completely screwed by the system because they take advantage of that. They know that we don't have money. We know that they know we can't afford to go out and pay 40 grand on a retainer or 10 grand on a retainer. We're just poor.
Yeah, yeah. I know. That's the sad part. They take advantage of people that are low income, that are going through hard times. Myself, I started in 2010 dealing with them. I was age 60. I'd worked 45 years. Unfortunately, I lost my job through no fault of my own. And my in-laws, these are lay people that called in, and every week, one of the family members would complain that my wife and I were not taking care of her children. And these are allegations, and CPS is required to investigate all allegations. The trouble is, they believe allegations you're guilty. You see, this is the only court of law where you're guilty until you're proven innocent. There is no jury. There's no jury that judges by your peers. It's all orchestrated by a judge, and the judge can be very corrupt. And it's orchestrated by CPS, who controls everything, because they hope you take a public defender, a court-appointed attorney. Because if your children do and you do, that's great because they'll control the outcome.
Right.
The problem is court-appointed attorneys or public defenders have lunch with the judge and the bailiff and the clerk and the social workers attorneys. They play golf together. It's a friendship thing.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be really, and I'm not saying all are like that, but the majority are. I have over 700 people that I've talked to that have said how corrupt CPS is, how they traffic the children, how they alienate the children. Both of those things are illegal. Now, Juvie Wild, I don't know, or World, I don't know where you're at, but tomorrow would work good because I'm on again tomorrow. You can write email to Grace and email her, grace@vincentwdavis.com, and you can be a guest on my show. I'd love to have you, Juvie Wild. That's fine. If you're in Texas, doesn't make a difference where you are. I'm helping a mother right now in South Africa get her child back. Her child was molested by a 38-year-old man, and the police and the local parliament are not doing anything. And so I'm trying to help her all the way from California to the West Cape of South Africa, where the province she's in. And she has several other friends too. I have 5 people from South Africa that have been in my room. And this one lady, Leica, has called me several times at her nickel, her dime, because it's long distance. Her country code is 27. So she's been on the show. And Amanda from St. Louis. Well, look, look at karma with Bill Clinton. Yeah, I know. I know we don't want to say too much about that because, no one should have to go through that. But I think what his problem is he did things that were wrong. So anyway, are inappropriate. So I'll leave my phone number up in case anybody wants to call. So you're trying to subpoena these people without attorney, right? Or using a court-appointed attorney?
So we were able to conflict out 2 of the county judges, and we got a out-of-county judge. And because I've had public defenders in the past, I got a conflict paid attorney, not a public defender, a conflict attorney. So it's basically like an attorney they call from wherever because I can't have a public attorney.
Why can't you have a public attorney?
Due to conflict of interest. Both of the ones that they have represented me before.
Oh, okay. what is a consular attorney? I mean, is this person trained in dependency law?
Yes, I did remember to ask her that. She does fight and she does know what she's doing when it comes to that. She hasn't sued CPS. She said she doesn't do that type of stuff. Like she doesn't handle lawsuits.
Right, right. And that's usually when I tell people to look for an attorney, there are two questions you need to ask. The first question is, are you a juvenile family dependency lawyer and have fought CPS and gotten children back? The second question is, have you ever, after cases sued CPS either in your in a civil rights case, such as your constitutional or your civil rights were violated and won money? If the answer to those questions are yes, yes, then that's one of three attorneys you want to talk to. I always tell people to get quotes of threes. Threes is what I do. In construction engineering, when I want to get a competitive bid to win that bid, I'll call three pipe suppliers, three rock suppliers, three asphalt suppliers. I always try to get there because you'll find that quotes are different. Everybody has their own quote. So it's really important that you try to. I know that money may be a problem and you're forced to use it, but make the court-appointed attorney work for you. Ask them a lot of questions. Force them to spend time with you. Make them so they're important by your case. And tell them they either have to drop the additional clients and be more responsive. But you yourself, my rule number 4, is got to spend a lot of time researching the internet about CPS. That is so important to research because there's so many things you can find about them. You can look up judges' names, social worker names, the agency, their complaints, whatever it is, so you can find out what kind of individuals they are. Because you're like Alice in Wonderland. You've fallen in the rabbit hole. You met the Cheshire cat, and that cat is directing you to rooms that go nowhere. Like one room I remember in Allison, off with her head. And I think that was the Queen of Hearts. Anyway, CPS is a lot like Alice in Wonderland. You wander from place to place, from person to person. They build you up.
Confused.
They let you down. They make promises they don't keep. They
Yep.
try to deceive you. They lie to you. They will lie to you, so you can't trust them.
That's what they did to me in the past. They said, "Oh, do this class, and graduate, and we'll give you more visits." Oh, well, we did that. Oh, well, we want you to do this, and this now.
Right, right. I want to make a comment about Lou from Pennsylvania. He says perhaps a good way to go about things would be to rewrite or amend the laws so that they're taking the children isn't incentivized. Well, I agree. There's a lot of things I want to change in CPS. One of the first things I want to change in CPS is that they have a board of directors or board of supervisors that govern CPS, both at the federal level and at the state level and the county level. Not just a director and his cronies that do what they did. I mean, I'll never forget this case in Prescott, Arizona. I talk about the pink ladies, and I think you've heard this before from me. But it was 8 white women, there were social workers, that decided to buy pink T-shirts, not because it's breast awareness or they want to talk about cancer, it's because they want to stencil a message. Not one message, but 2 messages. On the front, it said, they are professional child kidnappers. And on the back, as they walked by, it said, parents, you know where your children are at. This happened in 2022 at Prescott, Arizona. Look it up. They were fired, but they did a lot of damage. And when they fired all 8 of them, they also fired the director of the Department of Children's Services in Prescott. That left only one person left to handle the needs of children because every day 1,000 children go unreported. They are damaged our children. There are bad parents out there. But CPS has taken a position that all parents are bad, that everybody's guilty. No one can be any help to them. There are drug programs, anger management programs. There is parenting classes, and there's all kinds of support that's out there for parents to correct a behavior that was wrong, or to learn how to take care of their children better. And so I like to see that change at the very onset. The second thing I like to see changed is that the social workers have to have 2 degrees. Their basic degree would be in social work. Then they would have a minor in clinical psychology, because they do talk about mental health and stuff like that. They need that background. So that's what they should have. And the third thing is they should be licensed. So they have to renew it every 5 years, because things change. They have to keep their license up to date or they get rid of them. And then lastly, they should have a way of mentoring these new social workers, where you have to spend a year following an experienced social worker, not an old social worker, an experienced social worker, how to handle families, how to not be negative towards families.
I definitely agree with you on that.
Great, Lou. I agree with you. Record everything as they can adjust. I say document, document, document. If you're going to meet with a social worker, don't meet at your home. Don't allow them in your home. Don't answer the door. And don't talk to them. If you do meet with them, meet at a public place with your attorney, such as McDonald's or Starbucks. There you can document. You can take pictures and notes and everything. It's a public place. When you're in a public place, you can take pictures. You can record. You don't need permission. It's a public place. Also, you need to keep a notebook. That's my rule number 2. Keep a notebook, a big notebook, 3 inches thick, stuff with notebook paper, college rule. And then you also want to have your subject tabs. And one of the most important thing is a log of incidents that happen to you, whether they're with the police, social workers, the school people, your children, other parents, whatever it is. You keep a log of every incident, and it's divided into 3 lines per incident. First line is the date, the time, the people involved, the location. The second line is a one sentence of what the incident was about. The third line is a summary of the outcome of the incident. If you don't know the outcome, you can wait and leave a space there. But you do that because you'll need that documentation a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. It's very important with your documentation. So I agree with you, Lou, and thank you for bringing that forward here. Now, you say the word can't. I don't know what can't means, Lou. You got to help me out a little bit here.
Well, I know in California we have a 2-party recording law that, technically speaking, you can't record another person without their permission. Maybe that's what he's talking about.
Oh, well, he's in Pennsylvania.
I know that applies here.
Yeah, some places that's something I need to check on. And if my computer was working fine, I could go to the web page. But right now, I don't know what I'm going to do. They told me my motherboard's bad and a new computer is like, good grief. I found one in an open box for about $1,800.
Jeez.
That, of course, they have computers for $500, but they don't move very fast and they're not very portable and stuff.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay, let's see what Amanda says. My social worker was a whole case rapist, and he's still working, but in a different department. That's right. Amanda did say that he was a pedophile and is working another case. That's true. That's Amanda from St. Louis, Missouri. And Lou from Pennsylvania. I'm not sure what her case entails, but there are many ways to go about it. Do you want to answer that to Lou, Tessa?
My case is basically a medical incident gone wrong. The neighbor claims that they seen my husband beating me through our trailer window at the time. However, at that time, I was having a very bad seizure, and what he thought he saw and what was actually happening are two very, very different things. If that helps.
Yeah. I'm having some issues where some messages are being put up that shouldn't be put up from other shows, but it's probably because I'm working on fonts at number 12%, and 12% is really small.
Yeah.
I have good eagle eyes. But anyway, Lou says he sees. Okay, good, Lou. All right. So I think I've caught up with everybody that's asked questions. And Tess, you seem so calm and so relaxed. And I cannot believe that social workers would not think you're a fit mother. A seizure is a thing that is not normal. It's something that you really don't have control over. You're born with it, right?
It just happens. I recently learned that I was having seizures about a year ago. I've dealt with like mental health stuff all my life, but now that I know I have seizures, it's actually helped me a ton. But they want to use my past against me, which I have a colorful past, but that's not who I am now.
I see.
I just want to be a mom. I just want to mom my kid and have a life. That's it.
Well, you're dedicated to the family. That's what I am. I'm not an attorney. I'm a loving father. I'm a family man. I've raised 6 children, and I have over 42 years of marriage. And I am a dinosaur right now. I'm 75 years old, but I still function like I would say probably I'm still at my 40s. I still like to get out in the ocean and get my gills wet. I love the ocean. I love sports, and I can still enjoy things. But it is hard. It is hard as you get older in life because it's certainly not been my golden years, and CPS has ruined my life. I had to sell my home, and I have to start all over again. I'm having a hard time getting a job because I think they put a black mark about me. My credit has been ruined by CPS. And so it's really hard. It's really, 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 really hard.
They just told me that they were going to put me on some sort of index, child abuse index for this stuff, even though nothing's been founded yet. We haven't even gone to trial. And that completely ruins my career because before I got diagnosed with seizures, I was a home and health care aide. I took care of autistic adults and children, disabled adults and children, and they literally just took away my whole career.
Well, I know that. And you're also a very dedicated person. To do that kind of work takes a special kind of person.
It does, especially when your clients try to hit you and yell at you. And
right. I remember in my early life, when I had an early life, one of my 7 lives or whatever you want to call them, not only did I work as an ocean lifeguard, but I also taught swimming. And one time I was on the East Coast, and I taught at the Gallaudet School of Blind in Washington, D.C. And that was people that are blind. And they didn't know how to swim. So it takes a special person with patience and knows how to help people.
It does.
So all my life I've helped people. I've taught CPR to Catholic nuns before. I taught a guy that was paralyzed from the neck down to go surfing, to at least hang on and surf. And he had a broken neck injury, and he got that. So it does take a special kind of person. So I know what you are. You're a good person, a good soul. But the social workers do not want to. Okay, I think we got a call coming in. So, hello. Welcome. Hi, Lou. And you're from Pennsylvania, right, Lou? I'm hearing an echo background. Is that coming from Lisa or from you, Lou? You need to turn the show down a little bit. Okay, is that better? That sounds better. Okay, I have Tessa here. Tessa's listening to you, Lou. I'm listening to you, Lou. What would you like to talk about?
About her case, and in all honesty, they're trying to claim that it is a situation, but the medical record from that night for having a seizure, you can bring that up and use that in court against that accusation.
I have provided my neurologist report to the court. I have also provided a letter from my neurologist saying that I had had a seizure that day, that it was reported. And I also have a letter from my ongoing therapist counselor, and she had physically seen me that day, and we talked about it, and we set up a safety plan and all these extras just to be sure that we would be safe. And they don't want to accept any of it, so that's why we're headed to a trial where physically people are going to come in and say, no, she has seizures, no, this seizure was reported. And
that's horrific. They're trying to use your medical identity, more or less. You can't do that.
That's what we're fighting right now. I have to fight it as a medical discrimination at this point.
I feel so bad for you. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been on Bob's show lately because it makes it a little easier knowing that other people know what I'm going through.
I've been doing CYF for 4 years over here, and honestly, they are utterly corrupt.
They're evil. They're just evil people. The social workers in my county are the most twisted, evil people I've ever met.
My friend just had her 15-year-old daughter removed from her because of drug allegations, and trying to help her through that as well.
Yeah, me and my husband have been clean and sober for almost 3 years, and they're still trying to bring that up. And we're like, dude, we don't do drugs.
Well, I don't know how it looks in California, but over here in PA, they really can't bring it to pass against you. That would already be unlawful to even present that report.
Yeah, that is the hardest thing to do, is that you have to prove your case, and having documents is not enough. You have to physically have the person that makes that claim present, because it's hearsay if you enter a document. So they have to be present to testify.
That's what my attorney's pushing for right now. She's trying to get that guy that supposedly said that he saw this to come to court. So we're crossing our fingers that he just don't show up. Because most of the time, people out here where we live, they just don't like to be involved. You know, the story changed 3 times with this guy. Oh, first he seen it, then he heard it, then he seen it again. So
now, I want to tell you both good news. That by being on the podcast and talking, or by calling in on the phone, you're eligible to a free 15-minute session, a Zoom session with Mr. Davis, my attorney, who will talk to you about your case. Oh, how did that go? I want to hear how it went with Mr. Davis.
me too.
Seems like he wants to get in contact with me, and I guess I'll be joining you guys. So,
Well, good. I'm glad it was a good experience. I want to tell everybody out there listening that, you can be a guest on my show or call in, and you'll get a free 15 minutes to talk to one of the top attorneys in the country. He's easy to talk to, and he will help you. So, Tessa, you requested, haven't you?
I haven't gotten to talk to him yet, but I'm just waiting.
Right. You put the request in, right?
The email or the text?
Yeah. The text message.
I did both.
Oh, okay. I think I've forwarded on twice. So Grace should contact you soon.
Awesome.
Grace should contact you soon. So now the message I'm putting on the screen is to help other people that come to the room about how the text message is and then how to get on the show as a guest. So what other questions do you have, Lou, for me and Tessa to help you with?
Honestly, I was more trying to help her out. It's just,
Thank you, Lou.
I'm only an absolute disaster zone.
Aren't you helping out a girl, if I'm not mistaken? Aren't you helping out a girl get her child back?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. She's got a positive screen that came in, and they're trying to use that against her. They already removed the file, and just on that alone, even Mr. Davis has stated that we already have a law right then and there. They should have never taken the files in the first place.
Right.
So now currently in a mental institute though in Philadelphia, because she threatened self-harm. So
Yeah.
bothering me is that they cut all contact with the mother, with the father, and everyone outside the world. And I actually am trying to get her to convince the mother to go into court to reestablish contact, because that's just not right. It's Christmas. I mean, this kid has someone else. I just don't feel like cutting contact with parents should be right move here.
Well, here's a question from Amanda from St. Louis, Missouri. He's asking, maybe Tess can answer, maybe you can answer, Lou. What is amended order judgment and the decree of guardianship of a minor?
It sounds to me like there was an amendment made to one of the judge's decisions on a guardian.
Yeah. I concur with you. I'd look it up right now, but my web page is stuck at 125%. Excuse me, stuck at 25%, and I can't read font. That's a 2.
That sounds like somebody overruled the decision of guardianship.
Yeah.
It's possible new evidence was brought forward that changed something as well.
Yeah. I mean, I know in my case there was something similar to that. Originally went to stay with their uncle, and then at the last second they decided to place her with her father, who he's abusive. So honestly, I think the girl was smart in calling Commonwealth and getting herself at least hospitalized. Too many eyes there.
Would you like to share your story, Lou?
Technically, it's not mine. Like I said, it's my friend.
But, would you like to share another story, though?
My story? Mine's a rough one. I've been dealing with it for 4 years. It started with a drug accusation. Literally, one day after my daughter was born, we had CPS at our door. And they were blowing pot in the household and stealing drugs out of the household. And obviously, we weren't. Well, I made the great mistake of let them in and see for themselves. And that's more or less switched around. After 2-3 months, because there was no protectors on the electrical outlet. We didn't have any pads off. So it became a giant mess.
Well, Amanda has another question. Amanda had another question from St. Louis, Missouri about the guardianship. She says, well, I looked it up. It means that it's been modified for a fast decision for the guardian. That's why I didn't know what happened after the trial.
That doesn't sound good at all.
No, it doesn't.
That does not. No, that does not sound like a wise decision.
That sounds like to me like they wanted to cut the parent out quickly and without conflict.
I would bring this to your attorney's attention immediately, or even if you don't have one, get to the courthouse immediately.
Yeah.
And try to implicate your right as the parent to resign custody over you.
Wow.
I believe as the parent too, she should be able to get the minute orders and be able to see everything that was done that day.
Oh yeah. They tried pulling my stunt on my case on this stuff too. They were like, oh, you can't have any contact, you can't do this, you can't do that. You have no legal rights, and I have to go get the contact number on all that. And they just stood there and you need to go through the courts in order to have somebody's parental rights. So there's no document open. There's no court case at all. There's just saying
my attorney is doing a filing on hearsay because the person that said what they said was not there at the original court date. Because they played telephone. It went from this neighbor to the management to the owner to a county worker, back to the guy, and then to the sheriff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amanda says, Amanda further says, yes, the lady she had probate in 2019. I didn't know she was not in my case, but this is the lady that has my children, and she's a fraud, and she has overpayment CPS Medicaid. I'm sorry, Medicaid, not Medi-Cal. Medicaid.
And if you are not comfortable with where your child is currently placed, the next thing to do is go to the court and make an adjustment to the guardianship of your child. You're still the parent, you still have rights, and one of those is being able to place your child in a safe environment.
Okay, we have a new person who's coming to the room that's joined the family here, Onyx Rivera. Yes, how does this work? Is everyone just talking about their case, or is there possible help or representation here? Yes, there's help. I've been doing this for over a year. I've done over 864 podcasts. I've talked to over 700 people. I had a case 15 years ago. I've been fighting CPS. And I'm sharing what worked for me, what helped me. I'm also sharing what Mr. Davis has taught me. He is the dependency lawyer. And there's a lot of people in this room that know a lot. I've had international people talk here that made phone calls, know a lot. A lot of people know a lot about CPS. So we're working together to help each other. We are like a big family in here. So yes, Alex, all I'd like to know is your first name, the city or county, and the state, and if you're from another country, your country. So that would be great. Alex, and welcome to the family.
Hi, Onyx.
I'm trying to remind you, there's not a lot of help out there to be had. Most people tend to stay away from CPS or trying to get involved in that.
Right.
This is one of the few places where you can actually come, sit down, talk about things, learn something, maybe to better defend yourself.
Correct. Now, Amanda says that lady has her life insurance on her children. And I don't know how she got the life insurance, because the beneficiary is the person that took out the life insurance. So I don't know some illegal thing that CPS has done, Amanda. I don't know on that. Amanda further says, from what they said, when I called Friday, they said that my keys are under, let's see, not likely, like to basically, they has been adopted and I am not, and I don't know. Well, that's a hard one to swallow there, Amanda.
I think I'm trying to say that they're trying to tell her too, just like I did with my friend, that she has no longer any legal rights or parental rights. The thing is, if you don't have any court documents or anything stating that you have lost the custody, you have not lost the custody of that child. And at this point, you can immediately fight back against them because they basically attacked your child.
Yep, that's good, Amanda. Thanks for sharing that with us. Onyx, thank you too. Thank you to Onyx. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, without any sort of associated document of their removal of the child and severance of their custodial rights, then whatever they're doing is illegal.
Well, CPS doesn't care. They do a lot of illegal things.
I know, but that's why I'm not recommending that you bring it up to the court, because you might find that the judge is a little more helpful than CPS is.
I have someone that's trying to call in, and I can only do one phone call at a time.
Well, Bob, I'll let you go because my phone's dying anyway, all right?
You have to go, Chester. You're actually my guest. You're not on the phone.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go then.
Well, no, they dropped off. I did not know someone was trying to call in. Let me see who it is. Hold on a second. Onyx says, my name is Jassy Rivera Reyes. My case was in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Oh, wow. That's close to you, right, Alou? Okay. So we have two people that are close to each other. Something called Lehigh County. My case was very long and ugly. And even to the point, I know my lawyer misrepresented me. Wow, your lawyer did. That's not good news.
That can happen.
Yeah. Onyx says my lawyer. Yes. Right. My attorney told me without his mouth that I needed a civil rights lawyer if I could afford it, because they did many illegal things and violated my rights. Due the process was one of them. Due process was. Well, in order to do a civil lawsuit, your CPS case must be closed. It must be over before you can do a civil lawsuit. And a civil lawsuit is like perjury. I had a social worker, my social worker, that committed perjury on the stand when asked of certain questions, and she lied. And we could prove to her, and we could sue her for millions of dollars. But it takes money for a retainer. And my money from selling my house went to get my children back. I didn't have any money to sue. So, I just had to drop it. It's a sad state of affairs. Now, Amanda says the case is closed. I didn't know this. I was told there was a guardianship. I called the state, and I can't hear what Onyx is trying to, is very robotic. Onyx is not, he's texting messages. He's not on the phone. We have Lou from Pennsylvania. And you're not robotic. Don't let that, it may be the way we're trying to do this thing. I'm using a very elementary form of trying to do a podcast. I'm broadcasting on StreamYard. I'm broadcast on YouTube. and I'm doing the best I can here to tie people in and let everybody talk and be able to say things. I have text messages coming in. I have a guest on the show and I have a phone caller. This is actually pretty good. I haven't done this before where I had that much activity. And on top of that, I have a computer that is ready to crack. I'm amazed I'm able to do anything. Amanda, I met the person on the phone. Yes.
Amanda,
Yeah. Oh, she said she called the state, and that person sounded very robotic. She called the state, and the person on the phone was robotic. Not you, Lou. Not you.
If the case is closed already, she's got a real big issue ahead of her then, because she's going to have to more or less try to reinstate custody of her child then, and that's a very long process.
I agree.
Because you have to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are in fact well, I just after that you have to prove that you're a good parent in the eyes of the court. It's a very long process.
Chaotix wants to say, I'm not sure that my case was closed. My attorney told me to just not bother fighting anymore because there's no way I can win. I began to report to this association. Well, I think you should report him. You know, I never would give up on my case. I was down and out when I was trying to fight with a court-appointed attorney. Then I found Mr. Davis, and then I sold my home. I did a quick sale, and I got the money. With a quick sale, you take a big hit because the money comes to you really quick. But I couldn't wait for months to hire an attorney. I had to get him aboard right away. So doing a quick sale of a home is the worst thing you do. But my family was important to me. My family was important to me. Now, Amanda says, I can't hear what the person was saying about my case that on the phone. Now, that was in the person she was calling in Sacramento. Excuse me. In let me see. In Missouri, the state capital is Freeman. What's the state capital of Missouri? Well, anyway. Yeah, that's what she was. Yeah. Onyx says this is a way a lawyer's willing to do this. He due diligence, and I'd be willing to work with them. I agree, especially if you're hiring an attorney. If they're not doing due diligence, you need to get rid of them and do a suit against them. Amanda says, like this 6 years, I've been fighting this, so I have to do 6 more years. My son just turned 14, and he asked me, like, Mom, by the time you get us back, I'm going to be 18, and we won't be able to crete. I don't know what that word means, CREAT. Anyway, your son, when he turns 18, can come back to you. When they're 18, they can tell the CPS to go take a hike and that they're adults and they want to be out on their own. And CPS.
They're from PA, right?
That is from Amanda.
Oh, from Amanda, okay.
Now, this is another one from Amanda here. We won't be
Bob.
able to. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Tessa.
I hate to interrupt, but I gotta let you go. My phone's dying, but I will be watching your show tomorrow.
Okay, Tessa, thank you so much for being on the show. I got
Thank you for having me.
because it's 8 o'clock and I've gone over my time, so I got to end my show too, Tessa. So God bless you and thank you. I'm going to finish with my more messages here, but thank you again and take care.
Thank you all. You all have a good night.
Merry
Merry
Christmas to
Christmas,
you.
everyone.
Yeah. Right.
Happy
Thank you,
holidays.
Lou from Pennsylvania. We won't be able to create hypocrisies like that. I tell you, my son, however long it takes, we're going to get a big house, even when you're uh, you're 18. You'll be able to live there with me. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet, Amanda. You love your children. I have my two sons to live with me. And Amanda says, I'm talking about Lou. Oh, you were talking about Lou. I can't hear what he said because sounds like a robot when he was speaking. Well, I'm sorry. He was trying to talk. It may be the position of the microphone, the speaker of my phone to the microphone on here. But I do have to go. And I want to thank you all. I want to thank Onyx and Tess and Lou. And if I forget anybody else, thank you all. And I'll be on again tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock Christmas Eve. And so God bless you all. There'll be a brief message from Vincent Davis. This is Bob Pace signing off.
Bye-bye.
Feeling lost in the maze of CPS? Desperate to get your child back? You're not alone. Countless parents face the heart-wrenching reality of family separation. The legal system can be overwhelming, but there's hope.
Now, here's the key. Okay, that's how you win a 6-month hearing.
Thank you.
If you do all of those things, you're going to blow your social worker's mind, you're going to blow your attorney's mind, and you're going to blow away the judge.
With attorney Vincent W. Davis, a dedicated legal expert with 39 years of experience, committed to helping families like yours. Join his weekly live Q&A on Zoom, where you can ask your burning questions about CPS cases. Get the knowledge and strategies you need to fight for your child's return.
Alrighty, good evening, everyone. This is a question and answer session for school, SKOOL, and this is the CPS school.
Are you ready to take control of your family's future? Join our school community for free to access weekly live Q&A sessions, or participate as a one-time guest. Don't let fear hold you back. Take the first step towards reuniting your family. Join us now.